Most Wanted by Linda Palmer. Have you ever known something was going to happen before it did? Are you a lucky guesser? A winner at cards, the races, or your office pool? Do you get feelings about people you meet? Are you a woman with woman's intuition? A man with gut instincts? If so, we need you. Screening location: Riverview Hotel at the Arch, St. Louis, Missouri. Date: December 13th to 19th, 2025. World Security League reps will be available around the clock. You will be reimbursed for your time. Chapter 1. In 2019, a world-famous psychic went publicly cuckoo and predicted horrible events, some of which actually happened. A year later, the media and a TV evangelist announced they had proof the guy was Satan himself. They next proceeded to call all psychics demons and blame them for everything that had ever gone wrong. Things quickly escalated from ridiculous to disastrous around the globe. After much public persecution, anyone with so much as an inkling of psychic ability went into hiding. Now, it was pretty much impossible to find one. The fact that the WSL was advertising for them was nothing but suspicious. Was their pitiful all-call a ruse intended to flush out closeted traitors? Or were they simply trying to give all the haters in the world solid targets? In spite of my questions, I rode the bus to the Riverview Hotel on the 18th of December to throw my hat into the psychic ring. A lot of people stood clustered at the front double doors. At first, I thought the interview line might be that long. I quickly realized they were protesters, no doubt there to heckle the big bad psychics as they went inside. A man with a long gray ponytail and shaggy beard stepped forward and tried to block my way. His eyes bore into mine. "Are you in league with the devil, sister?" "Yep, and he told me he's got a spot saved just for you." I tried to push past him, with no luck, so I glared at the doorman. "A little help here?" He actually laughed. Luckily, an elderly couple showed up just then. Surprisingly, the crowd parted for them. I entered the hotel on their coattails. In the vast lobby, a sign on an easel directed me to head upstairs, which I did. I was soon sitting in an improvised waiting room with a few other people filling out papers that a nice lady named BJ had given me. How long had these folks been waiting? I intercepted stares that probably had more to do with boredom than my fabulous good looks, shiny Christmas shirt, or ripped jeans. Every 20 minutes or so, someone opened the door and called out a name. I'd been there just over an hour before I heard mine. "Mary Kathleen Lawless?" I grabbed my stuff and jumped up. The woman who'd called me smiled. "Thanks for coming today. Do you go by both names?" "Neither. I go by Kate." She noted that on a piece of paper on her clipboard. "Follow me." I did. "I'm Dr. Cynthia Seasons. Please, call me Cynthia. This screening will take, at a minimum, 20 minutes, but could go longer." I'm surprised there aren't more people here, especially since there's money involved. That's definitely why I'd given the WSL the benefit of the doubt. The "reimburse for your time" printed at the bottom of the posters and ads had caught my eye. Currently on unpaid suspension from my waitressing job, I desperately needed rent money. As she led me down the short hall, I scoped out her clothing. Nice jeans and a sweater. Both were sporty and stylish, but they didn't look natural on her, which made me think she was more of a business suit, matching shoes type. We walked past several closed doors before entering a room with a long conference table and some chairs in it. The door clicked shut behind us, an oddly disconcerting sound. 3 solemn men sat on one side of the table, which had been draped in red, white, and blue bunting. They all had their eyes on me. "My judges?" "Have a seat." She pointed to the metal chair facing them. While I draped my jacket over the back of it and sat, she joined the men and quickly introduced each of them. "Doctor this, Sergeant that, Colonel somebody else." All 3 of them wore casual clothing too, as did the other people in the room. 2 women and 4 men, sitting to the side of us, 3 in a row. Although they appeared to be disinterested, I thought that might be deceptive since I glimpsed a holstered gun. Were they my jury? Or my firing squad? With a toss of her shoulder-length platinum hair, Cynthia got right to the point. We're filming this. I hope you don't mind. She pointed to the camera mounted on the ceiling, but gave me no time to protest. Now, you've indicated that in your past, you've had premonitions that panned out. Is that correct? I suddenly felt very uneasy. Either I was about to die, or these folks sincerely needed help. If it was the latter, the hunches of an outspoken, temporarily unemployed waitress were not going to be enough. Yes? Is that a question? The Colonel had a distinct bark and none of Cynthia's manners. No? He leaned forward a little. And your answer? Yes. Yes what? Yes, I've had hunches that panned out. Like, who hasn't? Cynthia shot the guy a quelling look before zooming in on me, her expression firmly set to friendly. Excellent. Now we're going to conduct a small test. I use the term loosely. There's really no failing or passing, and what happens in this room stays in this room. So don't feel embarrassed or stressed. We're all friends here. I nodded and waited for her to hand me some paper and a pen. Instead, she reached below the table and got a navy blue sweatshirt that she slid over to me. The moment I touched the fabric, my gaze clashed with that of a man staring right back. Sitting with the squad, he was worth a glance even though my brain hadn't ordered one. He sat up straight. The ambience of the room subtly shifted. I noted quickly exchanged glances. The Colonel barked sounded even bigger. Do you know Nikolai? Who? We've never met. The guy in question had a sexy, deep voice with a killer accent. Then why did you look at him? The Colonel again. I don't know, I just did. Are there rules or something? Nobody gave me a copy. Defensive much, Kate? I bit my tongue to keep from saying more. There was, after all, money at stake. Sorry, forget that. And we should probably just forget this test. I'm so not what you need. I scooped up my bag from the carpet. Where do I go to get paid? Wait, Cynthia. Please don't leave, the doc. We haven't finished yet. A trio of protests from the remaining judges, or whatever the heck they were. I noted that the Colonel didn't sound quite as high and mighty. Cynthia's smile entreated me. Just a little longer. You're here, so why not see it through? Her sensible words and my rage and curiosity made me drop into my seat again and hook the strap of my purse over my draped jacket. Thank you. She took the blue sweatshirt away and pushed a closed pocket knife towards me. I carefully looked it over before laying it back on the table. What does the knife bring to mind? She asked. Billy Prince. I noted the puzzled frowns. A boy I once knew. He always had one of these in his pocket, which was nothing but crazy. I mean, if the Hollisters had found it, they would have locked him in the... Wow. I took note of the blank stares I was getting. Wrong answer? More exchanged glances. I sighed. Can I please just get paid? Of course, just as soon as the test is over. Somehow Cynthia managed to sound reassuring. Taking back the knife, she handed me a book. I saw that it was old, a Western by Zane Grey. I took my time flipping through it. What does the book bring to mind? She asked. I set it aside. Cowboys and Aliens, which might have been the only Western movie I'd ever seen. I sure hadn't read any books in that genre. The sergeant tipped back his chair and tapped Cynthia's shoulder. Behind the doctor, they spoke in hushed tones. I think the doc listened in, but the Colonel just stared at me, his expression thoughtful. I suddenly found myself on the receiving end of her speculative look. Just one more, please. Cynthia now handed me a small velvet box. Inside was a diamond stud earring, which she placed in my hand. My gaze instantly riveted to the Nikolai dude again. He didn't react at all, but the 4 people sitting across the table from me certainly did. Cynthia cleared her throat and checked her clipboard. You're a student and a waitress? Yes. I handed her the earring. You've shown promise. I hooted. No, Kate, you actually have. And we'd like to do more testing. Do you think that would be possible? For really real? Yes. Will I, be paid for my time? It's almost Christmas. I shrugged, hoping they'd think I needed extra cash for presents instead of simple subsistence. $100 per day. Holy shit! Thrilled. I still felt I should explain. It isn't that I'd mind volunteering if my word was in danger. Of course not. She walked to the door. BJ? BJ joined us. Miss Lawless needs to be checked into the hotel. Huh? Wait, you want me to stay here? Cynthia smiled. At our expense, of course. But my place is only 30 minutes away, and I'm feeding Bieber. Your... She checked her clipboard again. Neighbor's cat. Ah, why don't we get you registered with the hotel, and then you can drive home, pick up what you need, and feed the cat. How long will your neighbor be gone? Until the 23rd. Almost a week. May I suggest an automatic feeder? We'll pick up the tab, of course. You need me for that long? It's possible. First off, my car's in the shop, and would be until I scrape together enough cash to bail it out. Second, Bieber's mommy already paid me to take care of him, which includes petting time. She'll be royally ticked if I'm not hands-on. And third, well, wouldn't it be cheaper on you guys if I just took the bus? Funding is not a problem, Kate, said the Sarge, but commuting via public transportation could be. Did you see the protesters outside the hotel? Yes. We want to protect you from radicals. Another reason is that we'll be testing at all hours. Our work is critical. The WSL must keep our planet safe, and based on your results today, you might have the psychic gifts we need to do it. We're well aware that there are certain stigmas attached, the reason for the low turnouts in every city we canvass. We're grateful that you had the courage to brave them. In return, we promise to keep you safe and have your back with your loved ones by Christmas. So, what do you say? Will you give us your time? I couldn't help being skeptical, though he sounded quite sincere. Did I have what it took? I doubted it, after all. I'd only showed up to get paid. And paid I would be, as in a Benjamin a day. I'm in.